XXXTentacion said in an old Instagram story that if I'm ever killed, it's Dre. I'm snitching right now. Do these words perhaps have something to do with X's murder? Keep watching to find out. It's been over 4 years since the untimely death of the popular singer XXXTentacion, whose real name was Jose Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy, also known as X. However, the mystery surrounding his murder has yet to be fully resolved, with multiple suspects being investigated, including popular rapper Drake, also known as Aubrey Drake Graham. Drake Williams is another individual who has been suspected of involvement in the murder, and he is set to stand trial for it this month. However, recent developments have put the spotlight on Drake once again. His lawyers have requested to testify, fueling rumors and speculation that Drake may have played a role in XXXTentacion's passing. In light of these developments, many people are left wondering whether there is any factual basis for the suspicion that Drake is the murderer. It is worth noting that no concrete evidence has been presented to support this theory, and Drake himself has not been charged with any crime related to the case. However, some have pointed to various pieces of circumstantial evidence that they believe implicate Drake. For example, some have noted that Drake and X had a history of tension, with the two engaging in a public feud before the death of X. Others have pointed to Drake's lyrics, which some claims contain veiled threats or references to the murder. At the same time, others have argued that there is no compelling reason to suspect Drake and that the rumors are nothing more than baseless speculation. They note that there is no hard evidence linking Drake to the murder and that it is unfair to single him out as a suspect without proper proof. Well, let's hear what you have to say after watching this video till the end. In 2017, at the age of 30, Drake was already a well-known hip-hop icon when XXXTentacion made his debut on the Billboard charts. X was a teenager with a troubled mentality due to a traumatic childhood. He had a history of getting into fights at school and legal trouble, which resulted in him serving a year in a juvenile jail facility. In 2016, X began taking his music seriously, but he had a misunderstanding with his manager, which led to him slashing his manager's tables. Fortunately, his manager dropped the charges. However, X's bad behavior continued as he participated in a home invasion that resulted in him being sentenced to 6 years of probation. He was also charged with a separate domestic assault crime, and his then-girlfriend falsely accused him of imprisoning her, although the charges were later dropped. While in prison, X claimed that someone informed him that Drake was impressed by his music and had contacted a mutual acquaintance to express interest in potentially partnering or establishing a significant business connection to advance X's career. However, Drake did not follow through with any contact. In a raw and candid interview with 103.5, the newly released X poured his heart out about the struggles he faced and his unwavering desire to improve himself and his music.
And I just knew, like I said, I was already depressed, so I would go to school, go to sleep, and wasn't really doing anything, and I felt like it wasn't mentally doing anything for me.
But it was his explosive feud with Drake that stole the show. X didn't hold back, declaring that Drake was the real man for stealing his work and passing it off as his own. Drake, on the other hand, denied any wrongdoing in an interview with DJ Simtex, claiming he had never even heard of X before. But those in the hip-hop community did not buy it. People quickly remember the case of Just Ask Soulja Boy, Big Scene, Too Short, and Rapping Forte, all of whom Drake's record label ultimately had to compensate a whopping $500,000 for borrowing their songs. X was quick to call Drake out on his lies and even posted videos on Instagram Live, mocking him and his buddies. It's a feud that's sure to go down in history. During another interview with DJ Academics, X made a shocking claim that Drake had attempted to sacrifice him. X alleged that Drake saw him solely as a business opportunity, and therefore, he did not trust him. While X expressed regret for making disparaging remarks about Drake's mother, he did not hold back in accusing Drake of exploiting the cadence from one of his songs. The rapper believed that Drake had wrongfully profited from the Helping Hands Challenge, a movement that X himself had initiated in January 2018. X had intended to donate various items to a foster home and called on others to show kindness.
And I'm going to be donating a bunch of clothes, a bunch of PS4s, like shoes, just different things to the kids. I'm going to donate a bunch of stuff to them.
However, he believed that Drake's song and music video, God's Plan, made him look like a troll, who merely used the movement for personal gain. In contrast, Drake had urged his fans to be kind to one another, yet X felt that Drake had ulterior motives for doing so. While many people believe that X's accusations against Drake were unfounded, X remained steadfast in his beliefs. Despite his accusations, X surprised many by speaking favorably about Drake when addressing the issue later. In an old Instagram story, X named Drake as someone who would be responsible for his death, saying, "If I'm ever killed, it's Drake. I'm snitching right now." Even though X gave an account for the situation by explaining that his Instagram account had been compromised by unauthorized access, resulting in the incident at hand, his fans were not having it given that Drake released a song he named "I'm Upset." A part of the song said, SMS, XXX, that's the only time I shoot below the neck. Why do you keep on shooting if you know that he is dead? That's the only type of shit that gets you some respect. People believe that Drake was endorsing XXXTentacion Instagram's post when he mentioned XXX. In 2018, X, who was 20 years old at this time, released his highly anticipated album. It soared to the top of the Billboard charts, catapulting him to the pinnacle of success. However, his triumph was short-lived. Just months after his arrival, tragedy struck. On a trip to a motorsports store, he was observed withdrawing $50,000 in cash and stashing it in a luxurious Louis Vuitton bag. Little did he know that he was being watched. As he made his way back to his car, two men ambushed him, holding him at gunpoint and robbing him of his prized possession. To add insult to injury, one of the assailants callously shot him 6 times, leaving him for dead. Despite being rushed to the hospital, the young rapper succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead. X was shot in the neck and below, and people quickly remembered Drake's song. Do you think it is a coincidence? Well, 1 week after X's passing, Drake's 5th album, Scorpion, was unleashed to the world. The title of one of the album's songs, Mob Ties, rings true as Drake confidently rhymes about his affiliation with the underworld and his capability to eliminate anyone in his path. An example of this in the song is "Sick of these niggas, hire some help, get rid of these. I'm sick of this shit, I'm running a blitz, whatever you did, it is what it is." Drake also released a song with 21 Savage called "On BS." And some fans believe that Drake was referring to XXXTentacion in this lyrics. A part of the song says, "Maybe I should do a 20. Maybe I should break that 20, do a 10. Maybe I should break that 10, do a 5. Then if it gets live, do a 5 again. If he held his tongue on that live, he'd be alive again." Break a 20 into 10s and you have 2 X's in Roman numerals. Add a 5 to a 5 and you have the last X, which becomes XXX. To follow this up, XXX famously dissed Drake and insulted his mother on an Instagram live. This is why many people is convinced Drake was talking about X in this line. Should this also be regarded as a coincidence? Despite lacking solid evidence, some may argue that Drake was being deceitful when he claimed he didn't know who X was, or that he may have had malicious intentions during the incident. However, these claims alone do not prove that he was involved in X's murder. Nevertheless, Drake's lyrics seem to imply a connection to X, which suggests that he may not be entirely innocent in the matter. Allegedly, Drake once confided in DJ Academics that he considered XXXTentacion to be his only genuine rival, and some supporters speculate that he may have gone to great lengths to eliminate the competition. Nevertheless, the murder was the result of an opportunistic robbery in which 4 men followed X after he withdrew $50,000 in cash. But what if it was previously planned, and the availability of cash made it more fulfilling? Do you think Drake is innocent and his songs are just being wrongly judged? Or is there a deeper motive behind the beef and the songs Drake has produced? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.